The following is a paid political announcement.
Lifelong Democrat Diana Florence served for 25 years as a Manhattan prosecutor under DA Robert Morgenthau. She put criminals away, stood up for victims, and protected our streets. Now, Diana is challenging failed Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg as an independent because it's time for a DA who fights for our families, not criminals. That's why Diana has won the support of organized labor like the steam fitters, plumbers, and ironworkers, everyday New Yorkers who want a DA they can trust. Manhattan needs a DA who will do the job, prosecute crime. That's Diana Florence. Under Alvin Bragg, crime is up and prosecutions are down. Bragg doesn't prosecute crime. He plays partisan politics. Bragg failed to protect women and failed to protect workers. As a prosecutor, Diana Florence won groundbreaking convictions, fighting against corruption, domestic violence, wage theft, and daily working conditions. She's always been a partner of unions, community groups, and to cops like us. For Manhattan District Attorney, vote for Diana Florence. Diana4DA.com. Paid for by Diana for Manhattan DA.
Welcome to Republic Jet Center,
a boutique premier FBO service provider in East Farmingdale, New York.
Your gateway to world-class events like the Ryder Cup, coming to Bethpage Black Golf Course, just 11 minutes from this FBO.
Avoid city congestion and arrive in style with no delays. On-site U.S. Customs, TSA screening, and premium ground transportation.
Only 45 minutes from Manhattan.
RepublicJetCenter.com.
Ask their client services team about exclusive hotel accommodation and concierge services.
RepublicJetCenter.com.
Sunday morning. Live long and prosper. Dr. Peter Michalos will teach you how to do it. Well, Doctor, what's on your mind today?
Well, today, John, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic related to longevity, because when you look at someone, one of the ways we assess someone's age and condition is the condition of their skin. And it turns out that the skin, which is the largest organ in our body, has a relationship with the gut. And it's called the gut-skin axis. And basically, external skin condition is a reflection of what's going on in our gut. And there's a strong connection between gut health and skin health. And basically, what we find is that if you notice, when you eat something bad or you have an allergic reaction, where do you get the breakout? You get the breakout on the surface of your skin, whether it's a rash, whether it's pimples. So when you have gut dysbiosis, which means a abnormal bacterial balance inside your gut, it shows up in your skin, and even certain foods. If you eat, for example, and you have rosacea and you eat a lot of caffeine, chocolate, and foods like that, guess what? It aggravates the skin condition. So we now know that even in acne, there's a certain bacteria that start overgrowing and plug up the oil glands, and we see that in 12 to 24-year-olds who get acne. And one of the treatments is actually minocycline, which is an antibiotic, and you're not really doing it to kill all the bacteria, but it does is suppresses some of the bad bacteria that are known to aggravate acne. And another side effect is that it also alters the viscosity of the oil, so it's a chemical way of unplugging the pimples. So skin is very important, and it turns out that anything that we eat, like a lot of sugar and a lot of fatty foods, they cause breakouts of the skin, and teenagers know this, and a lot of people know they have more breakouts in the skin. Also in autoimmune disease, a lot of people who have bowel disease, they also have skin outbreaks, like psoriasis is more common in people who have irritable bowel syndrome and various diseases that affect the gut. So things like acne, eczema, psoriasis, and they're all associated with also things that you eat and in the gut. And also, if you have a healthy gut, you better absorb the good nutrients. And the good nutrients help our skin, like the vitamin C, vitamin D. And that's why it's important to try to avoid excess sugar, eat lean proteins, healthy fats, and the foods we eat. Things that are good for our skin are things that are probiotics and prebiotics. Prebiotics are the foods, the things that feed the good bacteria, like yogurt, kefir, things that are kimchi, and things that are fermented food, even sauerkraut. You know, sometimes when you go to a ball game, throw on that extra sauerkraut on your hot dog, because that sauerkraut turns out to be a very good prebiotic. The bacteria love that. But as far as our skin is concerned, stress And even not washing your clothes with very harsh soaps, because guess what? When those harsh soaps are on your clothes, it kills some of the good bacteria on our skin. And we get our first set of bacteria from the time we're birthed. When we give birth and our mom gives us birth, if our mother's eating healthy foods and has a healthy microbiome, that gets transferred into our skin microbiome. And even our shower water, the water that hits our skin, if you have a lot of chlorine or heavy metals, for example, in some countries in South America like Uruguay that has a lot of heavy metals in the water like lead, a lot of heavy metals can be absorbed through our largest organ,
Now,
the skin.
New York City has chlorine in the water, I understand? Is
Yes.
that the latest report that we got? I know we had fluoride. Now, besides the fluoride, we have chloride?
Well, we have chlorine, just like we chlorinate pools. We chlorinate, it's not high dose, but there is chlorine in the city water and tap waters throughout the United States because that's what disinfects it to kill a bacteria. The issue and the concern is, and something I'm looking into, is long-term ingesting that chlorine and what does it do to the good bacteria in our intestine and how it alters the gut, and whether it's probably better if we have access to natural spring water that isn't chlorinated. But of course it's important that we have clean water, so we will continue to use it, but it's something that we have to think about. That's why it's important probably to have a good probiotic and have a good diet that feeds the good bacteria. And also many people...
Now, so when you drink regular city water, or whatever, wherever there's fluoride and chloride, it might kill some of the good bacteria in your stomach?
Well, the fluoride just strengthens the enamel. That's why they do it for dental health and dental decay. But it's such a small micro amount, and some of the studies where they said it was bad were in other countries where the levels were much higher. What we're talking about is the chloride that kills bacteria and disinfect things, just like in processed food where they put preservatives so that you don't get bacterial growth. The problem is when you inject it in your intestine, some of it will also affect the growth of some of the good bacteria. So finding that balance is extremely important with our skin, just like getting your vitamin D through the sun. You don't want to be in the sun between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., so it's that balance between not getting skin cancer, but also getting some exposure to the sun and vitamin D. So the same thing is with ingesting all these various things. But we're learning so much more every day about skin health, and what we eat shows up in our skin in many ways through the foods we eat, through various things that we consume. And a healthy gut absorbs nutrients better, and the more nutrients we absorb, the healthier our skin will appear as well.
Well, Dr. Peter Michalos, thank you so much for coming on this Sunday morning. And you want to know something? It all adds up to live long and prosper.
Absolutely, John, and thank you for giving us the microphone to get the truth out every week.
Welcome to Republic Jet Center,
A boutique premier FBO service provider in East Farmingdale, New York.
your gateway to world-class events like the Ryder Cup, coming to Bethpage Black Golf Course, just 11 minutes from this FBO.
Avoid city congestion and arrive in style with no delays. On-site U.S. Customs, TSA screening, and premium ground transportation.
Only 45 minutes from Manhattan.
RepublicJetCenter.com.
Ask their client services team about exclusive hotel accommodation and concierge services.
RepublicJetCenter.com.